Hello, this is Cinco. I'm making a quick YouTube video on how I took apart the Advanced Armament Ti-Rant 9mm. Here's my Ti-Rant 9mm. As you can tell, flawless. No issues, no scratches, no blemishes. I have a TAC-65 tool to take the end caps off a TAC-65, and well, I guess it goes like this. You gotta somehow get rid of the Loctite that's locking this cap onto the suppressor tube. What I did was I took just an old pot that you don't use anymore, fill it up about halfway with water, put your suppressor in it, put it on the stove and cook it. I cook it for 20 to 30 minutes. Now the reason why I didn't cook the whole thing is because I just want this part dissolved. I don't want this part dissolved. I want this part locked on because when I put it on the HK, the threads are reversed, so I don't want the end of it unscrewing as I'm tightening it on. So basically this side stays locked, this side's the side we're jailbreaking. So I put it in the stove and I cook it for 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. The longer the better, because you really do want this stuff dissolved and really loose. And then what I did was I brought it back from inside the house, brought it to the garage. You got some water in it, you shake it out. What I did was, I guess you don't really have to take the Nelson device off, but I took it off. Get some shop towels. Okay, you can use a leather, or you can use a really thick towel, I guess. But I'm using shop towels. Using about, I don't know, 6 of them. I take it and I wrap the suppressor up. That way, it's when I put it in the vise, I'm not leaving any marks or anything on it. What I do is I put it in the vise and I clamp it down. Right in the center. And you don't want to clamp it down too tight because this is a tube, and you don't want to squish it. You want to keep it I don't know. You want to keep it tight enough to hold it, but you don't want it too tight to do any damage to the tube. Take your tool, put it on the cap, use your wrench, and what happens is you just have to break it off. Alright. The thing is, I didn't put any glue when I put it back together, so it just came apart really easily. Unscrew the end cap. And here's the end cap. Alright. And then you take it back out of the vise, and you can see where it left the indentations in your rag, but not on the tube. All right. Then you got your baffle stack. Okay, what I do is I use my finger, push it out. And then here's the tube, perfectly round. I shot this a couple times after taking it apart the first time. And then here's the baffle stack. And this one here is stainless, and all these seem to be aluminum. They're all in the same row. And then they all snap together like puzzles, I guess. Alright. So the stainless one is about twice the weight as the aluminum one. Stainless one has a little hole in the front of it, and the aluminum ones don't. And then they snap together. I just make sure that the holes are in the same alignment. And then the rest of the stack will go together. Now cleaning them, I just used a little brush. I didn't dip them because they're aluminum, and I didn't You don't want to bead blast it because you don't want to take this black finish off of it. So I just use a little brush and get the junk out. Same thing with the tube. You're gonna have some debris in there. See, this is where I shot it. So what I do is just take a Brillo pad, clean that inside, and then clean the tube on the inside. Once it's clean, you can put it back together. What I did was there's some kind of orientation the way these holes are with your point of shift. I want my riding to be on the side, so I always put this thing back together with the dater hole, with this, I don't know if this is a dater hole, but this hole pointing up on the body. And then put it back together. And you see where it comes out to here. Oh yeah, this is neat. I want to show you this. This is cool. If you didn't have a baffle stack in there and you just put this thing back on, this is how well engineered this thing is, which is, I thought was pretty neat. There's a lip here to compensate for any kind of variances that might be in the stack. So you screw it together, and I'll just put a. And normally when it gets flush like that, that's where it hits the baffles and everything's tight. But if there's no baffles in it, it'll just keep going, and going, and you can see where the lip actually protrudes out. So you know you got a good compression when it seals and everything's level. So alright, so me putting it back together, I just take, make sure the riding is on the side, a little hole on the top, and I put it in like this. That way I have good orientation. I put the cap back on, like this, and then I just hand tighten it. I don't think you need to. I don't think you really need to. I mean, you can cinch it down with a wrench if you want. It might be a little bit of overkill, but I tighten it as tight as I can with my hand. And then you can see where it's exactly where it was when I took it apart. So and then you can put the piston back in it after you clean, and you can put it on your gun, shoot it. Alright, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them. Alright, thanks.